Caitlin Clark's masterclass last night forced Stephanie White and the Indiana Fever staff's hand. You had to play her tonight, and tonight, Caitlin Clark, for the first time since 2024, played a back-to-back. The Indiana Fever taking care of business at home against the New York Liberty, a 20-point victory.
According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world.
Hi everyone, I'm back today with yet another fascinating and thrilling video. So let's get started without wasting any more time. Have you seen Caitlin Clark's recent actions? She did not only sign a contract. She changed the rules for endorsements. Clark's new $13 billion partnership is revolutionary in addition to being significant. However, things start to get pretty interesting at this point because Clark makes some really notable moves. The way some WNBA players are responding to this possibly game-changing agreement will surprise you. As we examine the drama, especially A.A. Wilson's response to women's basketball, keep an eye on this area. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you enjoy the content. It may surprise you to learn that almost 95% of viewers have not yet subscribed. Even though it only takes a second and is free, it means the world to us. Have you already subscribed? Fantastic. I sincerely appreciate your help. Let's return to the video now.
How? In what way? What does she sell out tens of thousands of Wilson basketballs in 40 minutes? I mean, what has A'ja Wilson done to say that she is worth every penny? And then
Wilson and Hy are releasing Caitlin Clark basketballs in striking purple and yellow. Fans will receive the Dreamer and Tribute versions in time for the holidays, making them the ideal present. This innovative partnership and eye-catching advertisements are the buzz of the town.
Here, they just had this go, and this is the Hy-Vee Instagram account. Again, Wilson, Caitlin Clark, really smart, very cool video, lots of smiling.
Wilson's ability to spot talent is demonstrated by this $13 billion deal. But Nike made a mistake. Wilson took a risky, game-changing decision when he recognized Caitlin Clark's potential early on. Let's go back to the time Wilson signed Clark. It was a very wise decision.
Clark just did something nobody has done since Michael Jordan. Wilson Sporting Goods signed the WNBA star to a multi-year deal. She's the first female athlete to have her own collection with Wilson, and it will be built similar to Jordan's collection in the 1980s that included those signature basketballs.
Wilson's purchase of Caitlin Clark is revolutionary. They took a big chance by doing something they had only ever done once with Michael Jordan. As soon as the agreement was revealed, everyone started talking about it on social media. Wilson had just transformed women's sports.
Only athlete to have a signature basketball with Wilson other than Michael freaking Jordan. Wilson's head of global partnership said, "We haven't done a deal of this magnitude since we did one with Michael Jordan 30 to 40 years ago."
It was then that Clark's first basketball became available. When it sold out in a matter of minutes, tens of thousands of basketballs were gone in an instant. This is a momentous occasion. After Michael Jordan, Caitlin Clark is now the second athlete in history to own a Wilson basketball.
I don't know that I can name an athlete in recent memory that is sold at this level. And there's the key, folks. Caitlin Clark moves products. Caitlin Clark moves merchandise. And here's what I was talking about too. They mentioned it here. Where in September, Wilson dropped the first Clark-inspired basketball. It sold out in under 40 minutes. Tens of thousands of basketballs snapped up almost instantly.
Wilson won't stop there though. Their goal was for Clark to learn something new about her. Her star power, her ability to engage with fans and make money, and her competence on the court. Wilson has a sizable wager on Clark. And so far, it's paying off well.
Shout out to Wilson. I think we all really appreciate what Wilson has done. They seem to be the only business, the only entity that has taken Caitlin Clark at face value for what and who she is and the opportunities that can bring. Fully, completely embraced her, been great with their marketing. Product drops, I mean, I don't even know how many different basketballs now, but they've made multiple product drops with, limited quantity, I guess you could say. They're sold out right away. They keep doing.
What does women's sports stand to gain from this significant shift? Businesses' perspectives on female athletes, how they market to sports fans, and how much they respect women's sports in general are all changing. Clark is revolutionizing the sports industry not only on the court, but also in boardrooms and marketing conferences.
Apparently all of her basketballs or collabs that she's done
Yeah.
are sold out pretty quick.
Wilson's agreement is only the start. Wilson and Clark will advance the situation, but their influence on women's sports will be quite minimal. Are you prepared to witness what comes next? Recently, Caitlin Clark made a significant move by forming a partnership worth $13 billion. But here's the twist. She convinced Wilson and Hy-Vee, the huge Midwest supermarket chain, to include women's sports instead of signing a personal contract.
Caitlin Clark lands $13 billion brand collab as WNBA stars bond with Wilson grows deeper. And that's the cool part, man. Shout out to Wilson.
You might think of a chain of supermarkets, but this isn't your typical business. They are a significant force in the retail sector, and they are fully focused on Caitlin Clark. Nor are they only printing her name on a box of cereal. Instead, they are producing something wholly original and fascinating.
A collaboration with supermarket chain Hy-Vee. They rake in more than $13 billion annually. Huge company, just in time.
This is a collaboration with the grocery store chain Hy-Vee, which generates about $13 billion annually. Big company just before the exciting part begins. Guess who is back in the running as Hy-Vee releases limited edition basketballs? These balls are called the Tribute Wilson and Clark Dreams basketballs because of how much they resemble Clark. Outside of the court, Wilson and Hy-Vee are building a strong squad.
And what this is Hy-Vee has announced an exclusive, yeah, that's right, an exclusive drop of Caitlin Clark's Dreamer and Tribute Wilson basketballs. Very cool. Big deal. Good job, Wilson. You know they probably went and put this together. I mean, maybe Hy-Vee contacted Caitlin Clark first, but, this is probably the type of thing.
But why is this such a significant issue? It has to do with how women's sports marketing may be affected in the future. This type of partnership is innovative and establishes a new benchmark for how female athletes collaborate with big businesses. Remember that they have been there for Caitlin Clark at every turn, demonstrating their dedication to her journey from the beginning. You may recall that they made a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation while she was in Iowa.
Get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record.
In addition to signing a contract, Clark is helping to create goods that share her narrative. Wilson claims that every ball symbolizes a different phase of Clark's growth, from her time at Iowa to her rise to WNBA fame. Building a brand is more important than marketing, therefore it makes sense. She was named as the 4th most marketable athlete in the world by Sport Pro.
For Caitlin Clark, LeBron James at 3, Vinicius Jr., who is a Brazilian soccer star, and number 1 being Simone Biles. As you can see, Caitlin Clark is the only WNBA player in the top 10, and she's actually the only WNBA player in the top 20.
What does this mean for the future? Perhaps other businesses will invest more in women's sports, collaborate more creatively, and take similar risks. Perhaps the next time a female athlete signs a contract, the numbers won't surprise us. Instead, we'll be waiting for them. Wilson and Hy-Vee support Clark as she fortifies the alliances she's already established, from basketball selling out of stores to multimillion-dollar endorsements. But what about Nike? You would think they would be all over this by now, but this is where things start to get interesting. After Clark signed an incredible $28 million contract with Nike, fans were left wondering where the shoes, shirts, and major marketing campaign were. But the sports behemoth never answered.
Her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
Clark's popularity isn't exactly a secret. In the quick-paced world of sports marketing, every day that Nike fails to leverage Clark's star power is a day missed. Fans are willing to buy, but Nike isn't selling despite a 500% increase in her jersey sales.
Where is Caitlin Clark's shoe? Jersey sales skyrocketed by 500% this season. Where's the shoe, folks? Where?
Industry insiders are likewise confused. They contend that Nike need to launch shoe lines, display Clark's image on billboards, and do other actions, yet they appear to have ignored her.
The shoe, folks, where is it? Paige Becker recently landed her own signature shoe. Crappy shoe, but she got one. And yeah, you're right, vocal. Of course, why not? We should be vocal. Absolutely ridiculous.
According to a new rumor, Nike plans to give A.A. Wilson's shoes priority over Caitlin Clark's, although this is not feasible from a marketability standpoint. It's obvious that A.A. Wilson supports Caitlin Clark.
He reports Nike wants to prioritize A'ja Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won league MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A'ja Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A'ja Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today at the very same time, that Caitlin Clark would outsell A'ja's shoe by 100 times?
When Nike is in charge of the issue, things get extremely crazy. Other businesses are introducing exclusive products, while Wilson sells out basketballs in a couple of minutes. Like everyone else, Nike recognizes Clark's worth.
Absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated Kate.
Clark is demonstrating that women's sports can generate a substantial amount of revenue, but it appears that everyone, aside from Nike, is currently profiting from this. What's wrong? Is the largest company in women's basketball, Nike, making a serious mistake, or do they know something that we don't?
Had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, like, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up.
Is it possible for you to see yourself in the Nike boardroom right now? They don't use their most beautiful basketball player. It would be like owning a Ferrari and keeping it in the garage. But the story is still being told. Furthermore, in what appears to be a reaction to Caitlin Clark's amazing new contract, an envious A.A. Wilson revealed a 6-year contract extension with Nike. The announcement hasn't been ignored, though. Many are assuming that this transaction is motivated by jealousy and wondering if it can really compete with Clark's unmatched marketing prowess.
Wilson, Nike agreed a 6-year contract extension after third WNBA MVP, which was, of course, one of those participation entitlement MVPs. She was awarded the MVP before the season started because of the complaint campaign that she should have gotten it the year before instead of Brianna.
Social media is a hub for opinion. Wilson's deal is being referred to as a fraud by certain supporters. Although some are supporting her, opinions within the WNBA community regarding the significance of these partnerships in the emerging field of women's basketball are divided. Thank you for viewing my video.